guys brought MAGA to a black college, and let's just say things exploded. We're going to watch the clip, and then we're going to read some comments from both sides of the argument. Let's go.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Come on. Yo.
Oh, you better not, boy. You better not.
Okay.
Now, for the record, real quick, this shit that we're watching, I don't agree with. I don't give a how much you may disagree with somebody. Taking their stuff, taking their signs, and running off is corny. And then this young man with the cap on and the pajama pants getting in this man's face for trying to get back property that belonged to him after you watch somebody run off with it is corny as hell. I don't condone any of that. You understand? That's not cool. These guys, listen, all we had to do was just ignore them. All this tough guy shit, unnecessary. Let's continue.
Bring the sign back.
We're gonna do like a little end live pre-game or post-game situation here. We have 500 people watching.
We got 500 right here watching.
Look. Whoa. This is insane. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Hey, you're pretty close. Yeah.
Well, I think the Fearless Tour definitely made an impact.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Did somebody just throw something in our car?
Arrest.
They just tried to hit the car. My gosh.
Now look, right? Black people, I can understand not agreeing with these guys and their political views, but to act like this, all we're doing is feeding into the stereotype of us being animals. That's all we're doing is feeding into the stereotype. If you guys don't agree, it's not hard to simply just ignore them. All right, cool. They want to have debates. You don't have to engage. And in my opinion, security should have been more beefed up. If those guys wasn't supposed to be there, then security needs to be checked. But I'm just saying, I personally don't agree with the way we're carrying on in this video. That's just my personal opinion. I'll let this finish.
Forrest is still out there trying to make sure the cars.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, officers.
Wow. Hey!
Yeah, they threw a drink up top.
Oh my gosh, they threw a drink up top. Yeah, we got this all live. I'm posting this directly after so everyone can see exactly what happens.
Holy shit.
Oh my gosh.
You're turned up a lot.
Alright guys, we are out of here. We'll see you later from the Fearless Tour gang.
Are they gonna block me in here now?
I think that might be what they're trying to do. They're intentionally blocking us.
They're blocking us. Here comes the cop. I'm not gonna hit it now, I guess. I'm not gonna hit it now, I guess. We've got more stuff. They're hitting the car.
I thought they wanted us to leave.
They're hitting the car. We're trying to leave, and they're telling us to leave, and they don't want us to leave, I guess. Hey! They are still hitting the car.
That's okay. Bring in the
How is this a university?
Look, they're intentionally blocking us. They want us to leave, but they don't want us to leave.
There is nobody watching this with me right now who has any fucking sense that agrees with the way we're behaving right now. Black people, we have to do better. Like I said, man, if you don't agree, that's fine. Don't agree. But to carry on the way these people are carrying on is embarrassing as hell. And I don't give a if any black people watching this don't agree, that's fine. I respect your right to disagree. But I don't. This is embarrassing as shit. Why are they acting like this? If all right, black people, right? If the roles were reversed, you guys already know how we will be carrying it. This would be a whole different video. Come on, imagine if the roles were reversed. It was 4 black guys that went to a white campus, and the white guys was acting like this. Come on, this is ridiculous. There's nobody with any sense who can advocate for the way these people is acting. This is ridiculous.
It's like the biggest conundrum of all time. They're still hitting the car. This is wild. It's like a zombie apocalypse or something, man. Like they're, oh.
That last one wasn't even black.
They're still hitting the car. Whoa! That was loud.
She's gonna do this the whole way out of here. Oh, here we go.
Just go
No,
the
please.
opposite direction, David. David, just go straight.
No.
They do not debate with their ideas, guys. They just, whoa. Yeah, we're gone now.
That's the
We are
funniest
gone
shit.
now.
All right. So you guys saw that, right? Now, before we read some comments, I just want to give some commentary. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. And, of course, check out hashtag Rainford Network in the pin comment to stay up to date and never miss a video. But anyway, I strongly disagree with the way our people were acting. I don't agree at all. There's no reason for us to carry on the way like it's just no. Because like I said, if the roles were reversed and if it was 4 black kids who went to a white university and the white students acted that way, this would be a whole different video. This is ridiculous. But anyway, let's read some comments. Now, beware, black people. These comments is from Libs of TikTok, and this is an extreme right-leaning page, and they don't particularly like black people on this page. So, be ready to read some shit. But don't worry, I'm going to read another set of comments from a black page with the black perspective. But anyway, let's start off, and our first comment reads. Hold up, let me make this bigger so you guys can read the comments. My fault. Am I in the way? I'm not in the way. Okay, I'm not. American as Fuck says 22% graduation rate at the HBCU, by the way. Another person says fighting with bumper stickers. Nurkish puts up the school demographics. Basically, it's mostly African American. TSU is giving HBCU a bad name. I can imagine what his replies look like. And this is how the community acts. Word means nothing if you don't hold a standard to pout, PR, a form letter. I don't know what he's talking about. I have a secret for you. The student's behavior is embarrassing. I agree. I agree strongly. Very embarrassing. Another person says, take this image. Tell me which person was conducting themselves in a respectful through open discussion and which one didn't like it. Like I said, I don't agree with this behavior. I don't. These gentlemen, all they wanted to do was come and have a debate. You know, I don't agree. You know, call me what you want. Yo, Gunther Eagleman is extremely racist, bro. He is, but he says defund them. Another person says university used to be a safe place of free and public debate and discourse. Sad to see what has become. Another person says not a scholarly vibe. I heard the graduation rate is 22%. The admin should probably evaluate their goals and progress. Maybe make a few changes. New flash, they won't. How do you know that? This person says, is this really a college campus or a local zoo? Or the freshman website's called blah, 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 blah. Okay, we're not reading all that. No, respectfully, this is just, they pretty much talk about the accepted, how they get into the school. We don't care about that. I just want to see what people's thoughts is on this. If these are not students and are just here to cause trouble, why are they arrested? Another person says thug life. Another person says thug factory. Sending a black woman over to steal private property and then having black men aggressively defend those women and their criminal actions the threat of violence if he tries to get his property back. At all times, TSU students conduct themselves in a professional and respectful manner. Yeah, okay. Like I said, man, I don't agree with that young brother. I don't, I can see, right? I can see if those white brothers, ooh, my fault, almost got kicked out the race. I can see if those white guys were starting trouble and causing a ruckus, then I can totally understand those black men whipping that ass. I am in full agreement with that shit. But those white guys simply went there for a debate. If you didn't want to have a debate, just ask them to leave respectfully. The way these guys carried on was too much. I disagree with it. But anyway, absolutely disgusting. Police seem to allow this disgusting behavior. So that person says, typical, anyone surprised? So you guys, these are the general consensus over here. They don't agree. They think people's thugs and they don't, But let's go over to the black side. Let's see what black people got to say about this. Don Simmons says there are nothing more than white nationalist gang members trying to go around spreading hatred towards black people. Personally, I don't know. I just think they just wanted to debate. But I might be naive. Who knows? They need to quit being made to feel like they can get comfortable and set up shop wherever and whenever. Like I said, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at the black people for not wanting them there. Listen, you don't want them on your campus? Hey, get out of here. The only thing I disagree with was just how they carried on all the extra shit and stealing of the property and hitting on the van and throwing cups and just acting like animals. That's the only thing I disagree with. If they didn't want them there, they could just y'all gotta get up out of here. Respectfully, there's nothing. We don't have to act like wild animals. We don't have to act crazy. But I'm curious to see what people say that how replies. So you're saying white people are not allowed to visit that school? There's white people in the school. Another person, now that's fascism. This guy says it's a public school and they're on public land as a precedent. This is actually constitutionally allowed at this location. Another person says, did you notice that MAGAs didn't set up shop in South Chicago or Detroit? Why would they go there? It's extremely dangerous. I don't get why it's an issue, and I'm not even into politics. Just go on and don't talk to me if you don't want to. I agree. I agree with unknown music completely. If you don't agree, just don't interact with it. And if their presence there bothers you that much, just simply ask them to leave. This person's posted this tired old gif of black people are so violent, blah, blah, blah. I'm so sick of seeing that. They want to have a discussion, you fucking lunatic. Why though? Why they want to have a discussion? Bitch, F you and their so-called discussion. I ain't gonna lie, some black people don't be with it at all. They don't be going for it at all. Oh man. So censorship through fear. I wonder what past tyrannical evil regimes did this. The current one, if we're being honest, Trump is doing it. Yes, he is. Listen, Trump and his administration is actively trying to censor motherfuckers. Just look at the late night hosts. Just look at that situation. Black people don't want to talk to white people. Another person says that's that white privilege bullshit. Another person says this is what fascism looks like. Everybody keep using that word fascism. I don't think people know what that word means. Pat Hunter says, yeah, need the same treatment. Another person says, so take away their rights. Makes sense. The irony says a effing coward. No role models in your life. Don't know where that comes from. Did they try to instigate something without instigating? Anyway, another person says, why I don't like people practicing free speech. Me use violence. Me smart. Corny. Me just trying to basically say we're monkeys, pretty much. Now this school just need more diversity. Democrats say it's our greatest strength. Anyway, man, another person says, just goes to show the students couldn't handle a debate. Better to attack than open discussion. Students chicken out and chose intimidation. I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't see the issue with an open debate. I really don't. And I'm pro-black. Don't get that twisted. I don't hate any race, but I'm definitely pro-black. But at the same time, I don't see no issue with having a healthy debate. If you don't want to debate them, just ignore them. Why won't certain white people just leave black people alone? Why the infatuation with who we are for hundreds, if not thousands of years? You say you hate us. You say we're the problem. We're uneducated. We commit the most crimes. Definitely a lie. And we're not meant to live in a white society. Everything this person is saying is exactly what white people say about black people, especially on social media. This is a fact. This is all the way a fact. But let's continue reading. But you show up on our campuses, talk about us constantly on your podcast, always include us in shit even we had nothing to do with, i.e. Charlie Kirk's unfortunate passing. Another fact. And I see white people saying that black people are trying to make Charlie Kirk's murder about them. There was threats going out to HBCUs over the murder of Charlie Kirk. Look it up if you don't believe me. Let's continue. You refuse to show our history and the real history of this country, our accomplishments, and this country was literally built on the backs of our ancestors. You tell us that we over-exaggerate about slavery, but we don't speak of the 10.5 million enslaved black people in America who were raped, torn away from their families, murdered, had no rights as human beings for over 252-year period. You refuse to talk about how black people weren't allowed to legally read books, learn, own property, carry money, or get married legally in the United States throughout the 1700s, 1800s, and in certain states all the way up to the 1960s. That is a fact. That is also a fact. And we're still dealing with the fallout from it. Shit is completely insane how no matter what century, time frame, or day of the week, y'all just won't leave black folk alone. I agree with most of this. I really do, But I can be reading these comments all day. I don't want to hold y'all. This video's been long enough. Let me know what you guys think down in my comments. Like I said throughout the video, I just don't agree with how the black we carried it. I just don't like it. I don't agree. If you guys don't want to debate them, don't debate them. But to act like animals and just be throwing stuff, like I said, I could see if these guys came there and they were starting trouble, then yes, fuck them up. They deserve to catch them hands. I'm not mad at that. But all they did was set up a table and want to have a conversation. All you had to do is just no, we don't want to have a conversation with you guys and get them removed. But all the extra shit unnecessary. But all right, I give it my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down in my comment section. I am out of here.